Welcome to the Blog Millionaire, where we break down the essential strategies of today's most successful bloggers to take your blog to the next level with top-notch content, monumental traffic growth, and multiple revenue streams to go beyond your wildest goals. So get ready to blog like a pro and make your traffic explode with your host, whose blog gets more than 1 million visitors every single month, Brandon Gailey.
I'm Brandon Gailey, and welcome to episode 8 of the Blog Millionaire. Today we're going to talk about how to make $100,000 plus using Adsense on your blog. Specifically today, we're going to go into 5 Adsense optimization tips that will triple your earnings. Whether you're making $500 a month or $5,000 a month, these tips are vital to tripling what you're making right now. So let me start off by saying that I do everything by the book, and I strictly abide by all Adsense policies. I suggest that each and every one of you do the same. Every optimization technique covered today was proven by testing and crunching the stats from millions of ad impressions. Before I start sharing secrets, let me go over the 2 most common mistakes bloggers make in regards to Adsense. The first one is using Adsense as a primary source of revenue. If you are using Adsense as a primary source of revenue, then you are leaving serious money on the table. Adsense should be a secondary source of revenue. Your primary source of revenue needs to be from your services and your products. For example, I have 2 primary sources of revenue that I promote on my blog. The first one is my marketing services. I advertise a free consultation on my blog, which then funnels leads into my marketing services firm that I run. A new client will bring in a minimum of $1,500 every month. The second one is my online course. I also promote my online course on my blog, which has 13 hours of video modules covering everything I know about blogging. Each sign-up produces between $400 to $500 in revenue. These 2 revenue sources are my priority, and the customers I acquire are mine. The second common mistake in association with Adsense is not using Adsense because of a fear it will detract from your own products and services. If you fall into this school of thought, then you are also leaving money on the table. I have tested conversions on my products and services with and without Adsense. When I removed Adsense, my conversion rate for my online course and free consult stayed the same. Here are a couple of best practices for using Adsense on a blog that promotes internally owned product and services. First, position your Adsense ads at the top. I place a large rectangle ad between my main navigation and post title. I place another one that's a square ad between my post title and the first paragraph. Most people that click out on an ad before they read the first sentence of my post are not the type of people that are going to buy products and services from me. Whether the ad was there or not, these visitors would have most likely bounced from my site before they made it to the first paragraph of my post. The second thing you're going to want to do is block competitors' ads. The vast majority of advertisers on your site will not be direct competitors with your own products and services. Many of the advertisers will actually offer exceptional products that your audience is going to love. To alleviate this concern, you can make a list of all URLs of your competition and then block them from showing ads. The third and final thing you're going to want to do is to not show ads on your landing pages. If you publish Adsense ads on your landing pages, then it will affect your conversion rates. This also goes for pages and posts that you use for email autoresponders or drip campaigns. A simple way to manage this is to just use your pages for anything associated with your products and services. This will allow you to run your ads freely through your post. And for everyone out there that uses WordPress, this is set up perfectly for you because WordPress breaks down their pages into one section and their posts into another, so it's real easy to run your ads through your post and not through your pages. If you do these 3 things, then Adsense can coexist with any and all of your products and services. Now let's start talking about optimizing Adsense for crazy earnings. The blunder that most people make in regards to Adsense is dropping the code on their blog and then forgetting about it. As with anything, the path with the least amount of work rarely leads to the biggest pile of money. Now let's be clear. It takes traffic and lots of it to break six figures in a year with AdSense. To get to $100,000, you will need to earn $8,334 a month from AdSense. However, a blog that makes $3,000 a month from AdSense ads that has not been optimized can make $9,000 a month from the same traffic with those optimized ads. This is a huge difference. Let's go ahead and get right into the 5 AdSense optimization techniques that have the biggest impact on earnings. Number 1, group your ads above the fold. When I did this and looked at all the numbers, there was a 107% increase compared to the way that I was doing it before when the ads were not grouped above the fold. You can use a maximum of 3 ads on any given page of your blog. The ads above the fold are going to get twice as many clicks as the ads below the fold. Double the clicks, double the revenue. The reason for this is because the ads are a great alternative when new visitors decide they want to leave your blog. Even the best blogs in the world will have a 70% bounce rate on all traffic coming from Google. So it's important that you give them an option to leave your site that you're going to get paid for. In my test, I have found that there are 3 ads that perform the best above the fold. The first one is the 970 by 90 leaderboard ad. This is that long rectangle. The ideal location for this ad is right beneath your main navigation. The smaller rectangular ads usually do not have enough pop to draw the click. So once again, the location for this is right below the main navigation and above your post title. The next size is the 300 by 250 square. This is the perfect size to place right below the title of your post. This location will always be your top earner. The 300 by 250 square is the most used size by all advertisers. This means there is an increased competition that usually leads to a higher cost per click than the other ad squares. The size also looks great across all devices. The final one is the 300 by 600, which is known as the half page ad. This one works great at the top of the sidebar. I do not use this ad on my blog because I like to use a smart scrolling sidebar to promote a lot of other things on my blog. Now keep in mind, Google does not allow you to place their ads in a smart scrolling sidebar, and that's the reason why I don't do it. Whether you group all 3 of these together or just do 2 above the fold, it will make a big difference to you, the bottom line. Number 2, enable your ads to show text and image ads. By enabling both text and image ads, you are dramatically increasing the number of advertisers that are competing for your ad spots. All you need to do is go into AdSense, click on My Ads tab, and then click Edit Ad Type next to each of your ads. It has been widely reported that Google publishers that select this option get 59% greater eCPM earnings. For me, it was no different. I was in the 60 to 65% increase when I did my test. This is a technique that is a no-brainer, and you need to make sure every ad unit has enabled both text and image ads. Number 3, manually optimize ads for all devices. For me, this gave me a 54% increase compared to not doing this. Google offers the option to grab a piece of code that automatically optimizes all of your ads across different devices. The problem is that their program does not always make the best choice. After seeing many of my ads have barely legible rectangle ads on mobile, I decided to manually optimize the ads using my theme controls. I use Newspaper 6 theme, and it allows me to choose the exact ad size for both desktop, tablet, and mobile phone. Here is what I learned from the test that I ran. The 300 by 250 square is the king of mobile. The square ads outperformed all other sizes on mobile phones, and the 300 by 250 square was the overall top performer. The second thing I learned is that hiding the sidebar ads in tablets and mobile is a must. The sidebar ads are pushed to the bottom of the post in tablet and mobile. If you leave your sidebar ad active on mobile phones and tablets, then you will make next to nothing on this ad spot. Alternatively, You can program the sidebar Adsense ad unit not to show up on mobile phones and tablets. This will allow you to drop in another ad unit that will show up within the post only for mobile. The third thing that I learned about optimizing ads for all devices is that the best grouping on mobile was top, mid, and bottom using the squares. The highest performing set of all three ad units on mobile were three 300 by 250 squares placed at the top, middle, and bottom of each post. Since mobile makes up 40 to 60% of blog traffic, it makes sense to take the time to make sure your AdSense units are optimized for mobile. All right, the fourth optimization tip is to track AdSense on your top 50 most visited posts. This technique gave me a 41% bump in my AdSense earnings. AdSense allows you to track stats for specific URLs, and the best practice is to plug in your top 50 most visited posts. For many of you, your 50 most visited posts will make up more than 20% of your total traffic. This simple practice is going to help you identify two things. The first thing is identifying post styles that perform better. I have a client who did this, and they found that image posts using pagination received 172% more AdSense clicks than the other post styles. An example of this would be a post on, let's say, the 20 richest women in the United States. The post would be 20 pages long, and each would have a caption image of each woman on each page. This style of post is going to increase both the ad impressions and ad visibility. The takeaway here is if you're looking at your stats, you're going to be able to identify things that are specific to your blog that can make a difference to your AdSense. The second thing that you're going to learn by doing this practice is you're going to find the topics that pay out more per click. The amount of money that you get paid per click all depends upon the topic that you are writing about. A post about Lady Gaga may get you 5 cents, and a post about car insurance may get you $5 per click. If you see a specific post that is paying out double the amount per click as all the rest, then you may want to make an effort to write more posts on that topic. These additional posts on the same topic can also be internally linked within that same article to drive more ad impressions and decrease your overall bounce rate. So there's benefits even beyond just getting a higher cost per click. You will be amazed at what you can find by just looking at the stats from your top 50 most viewed posts. Number 5, choose the right WordPress theme. For me, in testing all the WordPress themes and getting to this final one that I chose, it gave me a 34% increase in overall earnings for AdSense. Between my blogs and the blogs of my clients, I managed close to 100 total blogs. This has allowed me to see all kinds of cool statistics and trends based on themes. With this data, I was able to clearly identify the theme that performed the best in regards to getting the top rankings on Google. Better Google rankings equals more traffic. More traffic equals increased AdSense earnings. The theme's influence on Google rankings is primarily based upon engagement. If visitors stay engaged with your post longer than the competition, then it will move to the first page of Google search. Yeah, there are many other things that have to happen for you to get a first page ranking on Google, but the theme is responsible for framing your content for the utmost engagement. To be clear, there are hundreds of premium themes on the market, and I did not test every single one. I did test 30 of the most used popular themes that had the fastest page load times. I'm not going to throw all the other 29 themes under the bus, but I will tell you the theme that performed the best out of the group. That theme that performed the best was Newspaper 6. I mentioned the theme a little earlier when talking about setting up custom ads for mobile phones, which is another way this theme impacts AdSense earnings. I also tested out Newspaper 6 against 10 other themes in regards to overall AdSense revenue per 500,000 impressions. Newspaper 6 earned 21% more revenue per 500,000 impressions than the theme that finished in second place. The bottom line is that the theme you choose makes a big difference to the success of your blog. Choose a theme that is fast and has a proven track record. Now, I've covered a lot so far in this episode, so let me give you a quick summary of the most important points with key action items. Number 1, Google AdSense ads need to be grouped above the fold. The action item here is to add a 970 by 90 ad below the main navigation, add a 300 by 250 ad below the post title, and add a 300 by 600 ad at the top of the sidebar. Number 2, enable ads to show text and image ads. The action item here is to log into AdSense and check to make sure every single ad is enabled to show text and image ads. Number 3, manually optimize ads for mobile performance. Your action item is to set your theme to show 300 by 250 squares to your mobile traffic and hide the sidebar ad on mobile phones and tablets. Number 4, track your top 50 most visited posts in AdSense. The action item is to log into your analytics to identify your 50 most viewed posts and then set up URL tracking in AdSense for each of them. After 30 days, review the stats to find post topics that produce the most revenue per 1,000 impressions. And finally, number 5, choose the right WordPress theme. The action item here is to take a little time to truly consider changing to the Newspaper 6 theme. It really will make a big difference short-term and long-term. No matter what, make sure you check to see if you've enabled both text and image ads on AdSense. This is going to take a grand total of 90 seconds, and as I said before, it's going to make a huge impact on your average earnings. Beyond all the specifics that I've covered here today, remember that there is no substitute for high-quality content. Publish high-quality content on topics that your audience needs and wants on a consistent basis. If you combine this with the 5 major AdSense optimization strategies that I covered here today, then you will be on your way to making 6 figures and beyond. Before I say goodbye, let me remind you to hit the subscribe button on iTunes right now so you will not miss any of the future episodes that come out that are published every Monday and Thursday during the week. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Thanks for tuning in for this episode of The Blog Millionaire. Go over to theblogmillionaire.com now to sign up to the waiting list for Brandon's exclusive online course that breaks down exactly how he gets over 1 million monthly visitors to his blog. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss any future episodes, and please take a moment to write a review for our podcast in the App Store.